I examined 60 healthy family dogs last week. 57 of them were silently suffering, and their owners had absolutely no idea. Joint pain, kidney stress, severe anxiety, dental rot, all preventable. After 16 years of treating dogs, I've learned one hard truth. They hide their pain to please you. And most owners are making at least 17 of these 25 deadly mistakes. Number 7, alone could steal 5 years from your dog's life. So let's get started. Mistake 1, the potty break prison. This one is so common, yet most owners are in complete denial about it. You force your dog to hold their bladder for 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours while you work. Congratulations, you are forcing your dog to live in physical agony. Here is the shocking truth. A dog's ability to hold it doesn't mean they should. When urine sits in the bladder for too long, it becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and crystals. You are creating a ticking time bomb for urinary tract infections, bladder stones, and long-term kidney failure. Imagine if you were forced to hold a full bladder for half a day every day for your entire life. It's painful. If you work long hours, a midday dog walker or a potty pad area isn't a luxury. It's a medical necessity. If your dog is rushing to the door the second you get home, they aren't just happy to see you, they are in distress. Mistake 2, the collar and leash tragedy. Let's talk about the piece of equipment you use every day. If your dog pulls on walks and you are using a standard collar, you might be slowly crushing their windpipe. A dog's trachea is fragile. Repeated pulling against a collar causes tracheal collapse, a condition where the windpipe literally flattens, causing a chronic honking cough and breathing difficulties that are often irreversible. This is especially deadly for small breeds like Yorkies, Chihuahuas, and Pugs, but it damages big dogs too. Furthermore, leaving a collar on while your dog is in a crate is a strangulation hazard. Tags get caught on the crate bars and dogs panic. Switch to a harness for walks to distribute pressure across the chest and take the collar off when they are crated. It's a simple switch that saves lives. Mistake 3, the boredom epidemic. Your dog sleeps all day while you are gone, and you think that's them being chill. Wrong. It is often a symptom of learned helplessness and severe depression. Dogs are working animals. In the wild, they would spend hours tracking, scavenging, and patrolling. Your indoor dog spends 0 hours doing this. It is like forcing an Olympic athlete to sit in a solitary confinement cell. Their working instincts are screaming for action, but there is nothing to do. That destructive behavior, chewing your shoes, digging in the trash, barking at the wind, isn't your dog being a jerk. It is them going mentally insane from understimulation. They are creating their own fun because you haven't provided any. You need puzzle toys, snuffle mats, and active training sessions. A tired dog is a good dog, but an exhausted dog is a happy dog. 15 minutes of brain games is equal to an hour of running. Mistake 4, the silent killer in your pantry. This mistake is poisoning dogs every single day, and you might have it in your kitchen right now. Xylitol, often listed as birch sugar. You know chocolate is bad, but xylitol is a nuclear weapon. It is found in sugar-free gum, peanut butter, and even some yogurts. Here is the terrifying part. It takes a large amount of chocolate to kill a big dog, but a tiny stick of gum containing xylitol can kill a Labrador. It causes a massive insulin release that drops their blood sugar to fatal levels within minutes, leading to liver failure. Check your peanut butter labels. If you see xylitol or birch sugar, banish it from your home or lock it away like a loaded gun. Mistake 5, the spay-neuter delay. My dog doesn't need to be fixed. I'll keep them inside. This mistake is destroying your dog's body and mind. Your unfixed dog isn't just natural. They are trapped in biological programming they cannot fulfill. Unfixed males are flooded with testosterone, leading to aggression, roaming, and testicular cancer. They will jump fences and run into traffic to find a mate. For females, the risk is even higher. Pyometra is a life-threatening infection of the uterus that affects nearly 25% of unspayed female dogs. It fills the uterus with pus and toxins, and without emergency surgery, it is 100% fatal. Furthermore, spaying before the first or second heat cycle drastically reduces the risk of mammary tumors. Every cycle you wait, you are gambling with cancer. Mistake 6. The backyard isolation sentence. You think leaving your dog in the backyard for hours is good because they get fresh air. In reality, you are running a psychological torture chamber. Dogs are pack animals. They are genetically wired to be with their family. A dog left alone in a backyard is not playing. They are usually patrolling the perimeter in a state of high anxiety, barking at every leaf or digging out of frustration. They are socially isolated from their pack, you. This leads to excessive barking, fence fighting, and escapism. A backyard is for potty breaks and play with you. It is not a babysitter. Bring your dog inside. They would rather be bored on a rug next to you than free and alone outside. Mistake 7. The speed-eating bloat nightmare. That standard food bowl you are using, it could kill your dog in under an hour. If your dog inhales their food without chewing, they are at risk for gastric dilatation, volvulus, GDV, commonly known as bloat. This is where the stomach fills with gas and actually twists on itself, cutting off blood flow. It is the #1 killer of large breed dogs like Great Danes, Shepherds, and Labs. If your dog tries to vomit but nothing comes out and their stomach looks distended, you have minutes to get to a surgeon before they die. The fix is simple. Slow feeder bowls. These bowls force your dog to eat around obstacles, slowing them down and preventing them from swallowing air. It is a $15 investment that saves thousands in emergency surgery and saves your dog's life. Mistake 8. The nail neglect. Listen to your dog walk on a hard floor. Do you hear click, click, click? If yes, your dog is in pain. Long nails aren't just a cosmetic issue. When nails touch the ground, it pushes the toe bone back into the foot, putting pressure on the leg joints and altering your dog's entire posture. It is like you walking in shoes that are 2 sizes too small all day, every day. This causes early onset arthritis and chronic pain. If your dog hates having their paws touched, it might be because their toes are already sore. You need to trim them little by little or use a scratch board until they no longer touch the floor when standing. Mistake 9. The love that kills obesity. Vets say 60% of you are doing this. You are killing your dog with kindness. That extra roll of fat on your dog isn't cute, it is inflammation. Obesity in dogs is a disease. Fat tissue biologically active. It secretes inflammatory hormones that attack your dog's joints and organs. A dog that is even moderately overweight lives up to 2.5 years less than a lean dog. That is 2.5 years you are stealing from them by giving them too much kibble. You are not showing love by overfeeding. You are enabling a slow suicide. You should be able to feel your dog's ribs easily without pressing hard. If you can't put the measuring cup away and start weighing their food, tough love saves lives. Mistake 10. The chemical paw burn. Your sparkling clean floors are slowly poisoning your dog. When you mop with bleach ammonia or phenol-based cleaners like Lysol or Pine Sol, You are creating a toxic minefield. Your dog walks on these chemicals that burn their paw pads. Then they lick their paws, ingesting those poisons directly into their system. Dogs are much closer to the ground than us, and their bodies are smaller. The accumulation of these toxins damages the liver and kidneys over time. Switch to pet-safe enzymatic cleaners or a simple vinegar and water solution. Mistake 11. The cardio only. Walk. You take your dog for a walk, but you drag them along every time they stop to sniff. You are ruining the walk. A dog's nose is their primary way of seeing the world. Sniffing is mental stimulation. 20 minutes of intense sniffing is more tiring for a dog's brain than an hour of mindless walking. When you yank them away from a bush, you are like someone snatching a book out of your hands just as you started reading a new page. Let them sniff. It lowers their heart rate, reduces cortisol stress, and satisfies their biological needs. It's their walk, not yours. Mistake 12. The treat trap pancreatitis. It's just one piece of bacon. That one piece of bacon can land your dog in the ER. High-fat human foods like bacon ham trimmings or gravy can trigger pancreatitis, an excruciatingly painful inflammation of the pancreas. The pancreas starts digesting itself. Symptoms include vomiting a hunched back from pain and diarrhea. Treats should make up no more than 10% of your dog's daily calories. Most owners are giving 30–40%. You are creating a junk food addict and risking organ failure. Use their regular kibble as training treats or stick to single-ingredient treats like freeze-dried liver. Mistake 13. The silent dental killer. Lift your dog's lip. If you see brown tartar or red gums, your dog has a bacterial infection right now. By age 3, 80% of dogs have dental disease. Here is the horrifying part. The bacteria from the rotting teeth doesn't stay in the mouth. It enters the bloodstream and attacks the heart valves, the liver, and the kidneys. Heart failure in old dogs is often directly linked to years of bad teeth. Your dog still eats because starvation is worse than tooth pain, not because the pain isn't there. Brush their teeth, give raw, meaty bones, if appropriate for your dog, or get professional cleanings. Mistake 14. The pavement burn. It's a sunny 85-degree day. You put on your shoes and take the dog out. You might be burning the skin right off their feet. Asphalt soaks up heat. If the air is 77 degrees, the asphalt can be 125 degrees Celsius. At 125 degrees, skin destruction can occur in 60 seconds. Before you walk, put the back of your hand on the pavement for 7 seconds. If you can't hold it there, your dog can't walk on it. Walk early in the morning or late at night. Heat stroke kills dogs fast because they cannot sweat like we do. If they are panting excessively and their gums are bright red, they are in the danger zone. Mistake 15. The retractable leash gamble. That plastic handle with a thin cord, throw it in the trash. Retractable leashes teach your dog to pull because the leash only extends if they pull. Worse, they offer zero control in an emergency. If a car comes or another dog attacks, you cannot reel them in fast enough. The thin cord can wrap around legs yours, or the dog's, and slice through skin like a knife, or even amputate fingers. Worse, if the heavy plastic handle drops, it terrifies the dog, causing them to bolt into traffic. Use a fixed-length 6-foot leather or nylon leash. It's safer for everyone. Mistake 16. Ignoring the whale eye. He bit out of nowhere. No, he didn't. He told you for months he was uncomfortable, and you ignored him. Dogs communicate stress subtly before they bite. Licking the lips when no food is present. Yawning when not tired. turning the head away, or showing the whites of their eyes, whale eye. These are polite requests for space. When you punish a growl, you take away the warning system. The dog learns, growling gets me in trouble, so next time, I will just bite. If your dog shows these signs, stop what you are doing and give them space. You are pushing them to a breaking point. Mistake 17. The stick and bone myth. Throwing a stick for your dog seems classic, until the stick splinters and punctures their soft palate or throat. Veterinarians see horrific injuries from sticks impaling dogs' throats when they run with them. Similarly, cooked bones from your steak or chicken are brittle. They shatter into sharp shards that perforate the stomach and intestines. Never give cooked bones. Only use durable rubber toys for fetch, and if you give bones, make sure they are raw and appropriate for your dog's size, and always supervise. Mistake 18. Heartworm denial. My dog is indoors, only they don't need heartworm meds. Wrong. Have you ever had a mosquito in your house? Then your dog is at risk. Heartworm is transmitted by mosquitoes. It only takes one bite. The worms grow in the dog's heart, clogging the arteries and causing heart failure. It is a slow, agonizing, and expensive death. Treatment involves poisoning the worms while they are inside the dog, which is risky and costs thousands. Prevention costs a few dollars a month. Don't gamble. Mistake 19. The human medicine cabinet. You see your dog limping and think, I'll give him a little ibuprofen or Tylenol. You might have just signed their death warrant. Human NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, are toxic to dogs. Ibuprofen can cause stomach ulcers and kidney failure after a single dose. Tylenol acetaminophen destroys liver cells and damages red blood cells so they can't carry oxygen. Never ever play doctor with human meds. If your dog is in pain, see a vet. Mistake 20. The laser pointer trap. You think it's funny to watch your dog chase the red dot. You are actually causing psychological damage. For herding and hunting breeds, especially laser pointers, trigger the prey drive stalk chase, but deny the dopamine release of the catch. This frustration builds up. Dogs can develop obsessive-compulsive disorder (OCD), becoming obsessed with light shadows and reflections. They will stare at the floor for hours, waiting for the light to return. Use a flirt pole or a ball instead, something they can physically catch and kill, to complete the neurological cycle. Mistake 21. Inconsistent rules. Monday, you let the dog on the couch. Tuesday, you yell at him for being on the couch because guests are over. Wednesday, he's confused and anxious. Dogs thrive on routine and clear boundaries. When rules change based on your mood, your dog lives in a state of chronic anxiety, never knowing what is safe. This leads to behavioral issues like regression in potty training or aggression. Pick a rule and stick to it forever. Consistency is kindness. Mistake 22. Forced socialization. He needs to say hi to every dog. No, he doesn't. Taking a fearful dog to a dog park to socialize them is like taking a person with social anxiety to a rave and forcing them into the mosh pit. It floods them with cortisol. Not all dogs like other dogs, and that is okay. Forcing interactions often creates leash reactivity, where the dog barks to keep others away because they know you won't protect them. Advocate for your dog. It's okay to say, no, he's in training, and keep walking. Mistake 23. The food transition shock. You ran out of food and bought a different brand, switching immediately. Now your dog has explosive diarrhea. A dog's gut microbiome is sensitive. Sudden changes in protein sources or fiber content cause severe gastric distress. You must transition food slowly over 7 days, mixing the old and new. Ignoring this causes unnecessary pain and mess. Mistake 24. Leaving dogs in cars. I'll only be 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, on a 70-degree day, a car can reach 90 degrees. On an 85-degree day, it hits 102 degrees in 10 minutes. Dogs can only cool down by panting. In a hot car, they're recycling hot air. Their organs begin to shut down. Brain damage is permanent. If you see a dog in a hot car, call the police. Never leave them, not even with the window cracked. Mistake 25. The alpha. Myth. You are trying to dominate your dog because you heard you need to be the alpha. You are rolling them on their back or shoving their face in their pee. This science was debunked decades ago. The wolf studies it was based on were flawed. They were observing captive stressed wolves, not wild families. Dominance-based training destroys the trust between you and your dog. It creates fear, and fear leads to aggression. You don't need to be a dictator. You need to be a leader and a teacher. Guide them with positive reinforcement and clear structure. If you have made it this far, you might be feeling overwhelmed or guilty. Good. That means you care. Here is the truth. If you are making more than a few of these mistakes, your dog's quality of life isn't what it could be. They have no voice to advocate for themselves. You are their entire universe. Their health, happiness, and literal survival depend entirely on your next actions. The question isn't if you will change. It's whether you will change fast enough to undo the damage. Start with the big ones. Stop the overfeeding. Get them on heartworm prevention. Stop the dominance training, and never ever force them to hold their bladder all day. Your dog would die for you. The least you can do is learn how to help them live. Which of these mistakes shocked you the most? Comment below. You could literally save a life by sharing this. The next time you reach out to pat a dog on the head, don't. You might think you are showing love, but to a dog, that hand coming down from above can feel like a threat. What if I told you that the way you have been touching your dog for years might actually be causing them secret anxiety? Today, we are going to reveal why the most common way we show affection is often the most misunderstood. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to touch a dog in a way that makes them feel safe, loved, and respected. Trust me, once you see the signs, you will never pet a dog the same way again. Let's get started. Why the head is a danger zone. Let's look at this from your dog's perspective. Imagine you are walking down the street and a giant someone 3 times your size suddenly reaches a massive hand directly toward your face. You would flinch right, you would pull back. Your heart rate would spike. That is exactly what a dog experiences. We are tall. We walk on 2 legs. To a dog, we are imposing towers. When we lean over them, looming like a dark cloud, and bring our hand down toward their eyes and ears, it triggers a primal instinct. In the wild, a paw or a jaw coming down on the head is an act of dominance or aggression. It is not a hug. It is a challenge. So while we think we are saying good boy, we might actually be saying, I am dominating you. Many dogs tolerate this because they love us, or because they have learned that we are just weird, clumsy giants. But tolerating is not the same as enjoying. And we want our dogs to enjoy our touch, don't we? The silent signals of stress that you are missing. You might be thinking, but my dog never growls when I do it. And that is great. But growling is the nuclear option. It is the last resort. Long before a dog growls, they are screaming at you in silence. They are using subtle body language to say, "Please stop, I am uncomfortable." If you miss these signs, you are eroding their trust. Sign number 1, the duck and cover. This is the most obvious one yet. We ignore it all the time. As your hand approaches, does your dog lower their head? Do they lean away? Do they duck? We often interpret this as submission or shyness, but it is actually avoidance. They are physically trying to minimize the contact. If your dog is ducking, they are politely asking you to back off. Respect that boundary immediately. Sign number 2, the airplane ears. Watch their ears. The ears are the barometer of a dog's soul. If their ears suddenly pin back flat against their head as you reach for them, that is a sign of anxiety. It means they are worried. They are bracing themselves for something unpleasant. A happy dog has relaxed ears. A stressed dog tries to make their ears disappear. Sign number 3, the displacement behaviors. This is where it gets fascinating. Have you ever been in an awkward conversation and you suddenly started checking your phone or scratching your nose just to have something to do? That is a displacement behavior. Dogs do it too. When a dog wants to escape a situation but feels like they can't because they want to be a good dog, they will redirect that nervous energy. Watch closely. Are they suddenly yawning when they aren't tired? Are they quickly licking their lips or nose? These tongue flicks and stress yawns are huge red flags. They are saying, "I am conflicted. I want to run, but I am staying because I love you. Please stop making me feel this way." If you see a yawn while you are petting them, stop. Give them space. Sign number 4, the whale eye. This one is heartbreaking if you know what to look for. Whale eye is when a dog turns their head away from you, but keeps their eyes locked on your hand, revealing the whites of their eyes in a half-moon shape. It looks almost cartoonish, but it is a sign of high fear. They are terrified to lose sight of the threat, your hand, but they are too scared to face it directly. If you see the whites of their eyes, you have crossed a line. You need to de-escalate immediately. So, how should you pet a dog? Now that we know what not to do, let's talk about how to become a master of canine affection. How do you touch a dog in a way that makes them melt? Step 1, the approach. Never approach a dog head-on. It's confrontational. Instead, curve your approach. Come from the side. This is polite in dog language. It says, "I'm friendly and I am not looking for a fight." Step 2, the safe zones. Forget the top of the head. Aim for the shoulders or the chest. These are neutral, non-threatening zones. Dogs feel much safer when you touch their sides because it doesn't block their vision or threaten their vulnerable face. Start with a gentle scratch on the shoulder. Watch their body language. Do they lean into your hand? Do their muscles relax? If yes, you have the green light. Step 3, the sweet spots. Once the dog is relaxed, you can move to the holy grail of petting the base of the tail, the lower back, and behind the ears. Note that I said behind the ears, not on top of the head. The area behind the ears is full of nerve endings, and it is a spot dogs can't scratch themselves. If you scratch there gently, you become their hero. You aren't dominating them. You are grooming them. You are providing a service. This builds a bond of gratitude and pleasure rather than just tolerance. Meeting a strange dog, the consent test. This is crucial. What do you do when you meet a dog you don't know? Maybe you're at the park or visiting a friend. Rule number 1, Ask the human first. Always, always ask, "Can I say hi?" The owner knows if their dog is anxious in training or just not in the mood. Rule number 2, ask the dog. This is the part most people skip. After the human says yes, you have to ask the dog. How? Stand still. Let your arms hang loosely by your sides. Do not stare at the dog. Eye contact can be scary. Wait. If the dog wants to interact, they will come to you. They will sniff your leg or your hand. This is the dog giving you consent. If they stay away, or if they sniff and then walk away, do not pursue them. They have said, "No, thank you." Respect that. If they do come to you, offer a loose fist or a flat hand low down below their chin level. Let them sniff. Once they are done sniffing and look relaxed, gently stroke the side of their neck or shoulder. Keep it brief. 3 seconds, then stop. This is a game changer. Pet the dog for 3 seconds. Then stop. Take your hand away completely. Watch what the dog does. If they lean in, nudge your hand, or look at you with soft eyes, they are saying, "More, please." If they shake off like they are wet, look away, or move away, they are saying, "I'm done now." This consent test gives the dog a voice. It empowers them. And a dog that feels empowered is a confident, happy dog. They will trust you more because they know you listen to them. Other no-go zones. While we are fixing our petting habits, let's talk about 2 other places you should generally avoid unless you know the dog extremely well. 1. The tail. Never grab a dog's tail. The tail is an extension of their spine. It is sensitive and crucial for their communication. Pulling or touching the tail can cause pain and make them feel defenseless. 2. The paws. Have you ever tried to hold a dog's paw and they pulled it back? Paws are their flight mechanism. If you hold their feet, you are taking away their ability to run. This causes immediate anxiety in many dogs. Unless you are trimming their nails or checking for an injury, leave the paws alone. And finally, one more hard truth. Dogs hate hugs. I know. You love hugging them. It feels like love to you. But remember, primates hug. Canines confine. When you wrap your arms around a dog's neck, you are immobilizing them. In the wild, this is a prelude to a fight or mating. It is intrusive. Even the most patient dog will often stiffen up, lick their lips, or look away when hugged. They tolerate it because they love you, but it stresses them out. Instead of hugging, try leaning against them gently. Sit on the floor and let them lean on you. That shoulder-to-shoulder contact is how dogs show deep affection. It's a hug in their language. So here is your challenge for today. The next time you are with your dog, try the shoulder scratch instead of the head pat. Try the 3-second rule. Watch their reaction. Do they seem more relaxed? Do they stay with you longer? You might realize that you have been miscommunicating for years. And that is okay. We learn, we grow, and we do better for our furry best friends. Everyone thinks they are an expert at petting dogs. But the truth is, most of us are just lucky that dogs are so forgiving. By making these small changes, by respecting their space, reading their signals, and touching them in ways they enjoy, you transform your relationship. You move from being a tolerated giant to a trusted partner. I want to hear from you. Does your dog hate head pats? Or are they the rare exception who loves them? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one. And before you go, have you ever wondered if strange dogs actually like you? Do you seem to attract dogs wherever you go? Or do they ignore you? There is a scientific reason for that. In the next video, I will explain why strange dogs are drawn to certain people. Click right here to find out if you have the magic touch. Let's explore the wonderful world of dogs together. Just last month, I completed an in-depth wellness review for 73 family dogs, all from stable homes, all adored, all living what most people would call a good life. But the results were devastating. More than 60% were quietly battling issues their owners never suspected: chronic underhydration, early-stage joint strain, stress patterns that masquerade as calm, the kinds of silent problems dogs are biologically wired to hide. After 20 years in veterinary medicine, one truth has cut deeper than anything else. Dogs don't signal suffering, they swallow it. They stay easygoing. They stay loyal until the consequences have already settled in. And here's the part nearly every owner gets wrong. Most of the harm doesn't come from neglect. It comes from 5 innocent everyday habits that slowly wear a dog down. Habit number 2, alone has quietly shortened more lifespans than most diseases I diagnose. If you truly love your dog, this is where everything needs to change. Number 9, the potty prison mistake. Imagine holding your bladder because someone else decides when you're allowed to go. For far too many dogs, this isn't rare, it's daily life. And while owners think a dog can hold it, biology says otherwise. When a dog is forced to wait too long, the bladder stretches, the muscles weaken, and pressure builds against the kidneys. They don't whine. They don't complain. They simply endure, standing politely by the door while their body pays the price. The silent damage shows up years later as UTIs, crystals, incontinence, and kidney strain conditions that look sudden but began with tiny daily moments of being trapped. The fix is simple: more breaks, earlier breaks, predictable breaks. And when you change this one habit, you'll see the truth behind the next mistake, one that hides in plain sight, sitting quietly in your kitchen. Number 8, the water bowl betrayal. Your dog drinks when the bowl is full. So most owners assume the bowl is enough. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Over 70% of household dogs live in a constant state of mild dehydration, not because they lack water, but because the way we offer water goes against their biology. In the wild, dogs drink from moving, cool, frequently refreshed sources. A stale bowl sitting for hours feels wrong to their instincts, so they sip just enough to survive, not enough to thrive. The result? Dry skin, thicker blood joint, stiffness, overheating, early kidney wear, slow damage that looks like aging but isn't. The fix: flowing water, frequent refills, cooler temperature. And once hydration is fixed, you'll finally see the next danger, one that hides behind a calm dog who isn't calm at all, but shutting down. Number 7, the boredom epidemic. Most owners celebrate a calm dog, quiet, still curled on the floor. But calm isn't always peace. Sometimes it's shutdown. A mentally starved dog doesn't bark, pace, or beg. They fold inward. Their sighs get heavier. Their posture collapses. Their eyes lose that bright spark. In the wild, constant micro-challenges, tracking scents, solving terrain, navigating threats, keep a dog's brain alive. In modern homes, the absence of stimulation slowly dims their emotional world. This silent boredom rewires the brain the same way depression does in humans. Less curiosity, less resilience, less joy. The fix is simple: tiny daily puzzles, scent games, micro adventures. Because once the mind wakes up again, you'll finally notice the next threat, something far more dangerous because it's completely invisible. Number 6, the invisible toxin trap. Your home smells clean to you. To your dog, it can be a minefield, Everyday products, floor cleaners, scented sprays, detergents leave behind microscopic residues that settle on the ground. The very place your dog eats, sleeps, licks, and breathes closest to. Their nose sits inches above the floor. Their paws absorb chemicals through thin skin, and their organs process toxins far less efficiently than ours. The danger builds quietly irritated eyes, inflamed skin, coughing liver strain, and long-term neurological stress. Not from big exposures, just tiny doses every single day. The fix switch to enzyme-based or dog-safe cleaners. And once your home becomes a safer place for them to exist, it's time to face a mistake rooted not in environment, but in biology, one with consequences far deeper than most owners realize. Number 5. The unfixed dog dilemma. Many owners delay spaying or neutering because they fear it's unnatural or might change their dog's personality. But here's the part no one explains. Clearly, an unfixed dog lives under constant hormonal pressure. Those hormones don't just influence reproduction. They affect mood stress, territoriality, anxiety, and even perception of safety. When the body stays in this high-alert hormonal loop, behavior becomes unpredictable and the immune system weakens over time. Left unfixed dogs face dramatically higher risks of breast tumors, testicular cancer, uterine infections, and hormone-driven aggression, even when they seem perfectly healthy on the outside. Fixing isn't punishment, it's peace. And once your dog's hormones finally settle, you'll uncover an even more surprising threat, one hiding right on your floor, shaping how safe or trapped your dog feels in their own home. Number 4. The feeding position. Fail. Every meal should be comfort. But for many dogs, eating is a silent strain. When a dog eats from a bowl, placed too low, the spine curves unnaturally, pressure builds on the neck, and air is swallowed with every bite, leading to bloating, choking risks, and long-term joint tension. What looks like a simple head-down posture is actually a mechanical stress, repeated hundreds of times a month. In nature, dogs rarely eat from the ground. They lift prey anchor it and keep their neck aligned with their shoulders. Biology expects elevation. Our homes rarely provide it. Signs of this strain show up subtly coughing after meals, shifting weight, avoiding the last bites. But a simple raised bowl, it can restore comfort instantly. And once your dog finally eats without hidden discomfort, you'll understand why their chewing habits reveal an even deeper need most owners misread entirely. Number 3. The chew chaos crisis. Your dog isn't destroying things. They're surviving the only way their biology remembers. Chewing is your dog's built-in stress valve, rooted in teething hunting jaw development and self-soothing. But when owners give the wrong chew too soft, too hard, wrong size, wrong material, the dog's instinct collides with frustration. That's when shoes get shredded, furniture gets bitten, and anxiety spirals into chaos. A high-drive chewer given a plush toy feels nothing. A small dog given a rock-hard bone risks tooth fractures. Breed age, jaw strength, and stress level all determine the right chew. When you match the chew to the dog, destruction disappears and calm finally returns. But even perfect chewing won't fix the biggest danger of all, because the next mistake silently steals health from the inside out long before you ever see the signs. Number 2. The overfeeding trap. Almost every dog parent does this without thinking: an extra scoop, an extra treat, just a little more because it makes their dog happy. But the canine body pays a silent price. A 2-pound gain on a small dog is the metabolic equivalent of a 20-pound gain on a human slowing joints, compressing organs, thickening blood, and forcing the heart to work far harder than it should. Obesity in dogs isn't chubbiness. It's inflammation, early arthritis, insulin resistance, and a shortened lifespan years shaved off in quiet, invisible ways. And most heartbreaking of all, dogs never understand why moving hurts more or why they're always tired. The fix is simple: measured meals, intentional treats, steady routines. But weight isn't the only silent threat, because the next danger hides inside the mouth pain your dog endures in total silence. Number 1. The silent mouth pain. Bad breath is never normal. It's the first whisper of something much darker lurking beneath the gums. Dogs hide oral pain better than any species I treat because eating is survival. So they chew through exposed nerves, swallow around infected roots, and endure bacterial pockets that quietly spread through the bloodstream. What looks like simple tartar is often the start of heart strain, liver stress, and kidney damage. You won't see the suffering in their eyes. You'll see it in subtle flinches, slow chewing, or choosing softer food without explanation. These are silent screams in canine language. The fix is straightforward dental checks, daily cleaning, safe chews. But knowing this final truth sets the stage for the most important part of all: how you bring all 9 fixes together to rewrite your dog's health from the inside out. You love your dog more than anything, and now you finally understand the silent struggles they've been enduring without a single complaint. These 9 fixes don't just prevent problems. They give your dog years of comfort, safety, and a life that truly feels lived. Don't let this knowledge fade. Don't go back to old habits. If your dog depends on you for everything, then this is your moment to step up. Watch the next video. Your dog's future starts there.